Happy Sunday, everyone. Tonight, we're headed to the Middle East with a short side trip to India. While I'll probably be torched for mixing my cultural metaphors, this combination of recipes are some of my family's favorite flavors. So join me in the kitchen for a little culinary cultural appropriation. Tonight's menu includes amazingly flavored dishes that will both serve as a main meal and will also translate into wonderful bowl leftover dishes later in the week. Tonight's first stop is the Middle East with recipes for hummus and muhammara, a delicious dip made from roasted red peppers and cashews. From there, we'll head to India for some lamb korma, a mild Indian dish but so full of flavor. Top that off with a salad and some carrot halwa, a delightful dessert from northern India, and we'll have a complete meal everyone will enjoy. Before we jump into the creation process, let's start with a plan. If you're using dried garbanzo beans, you can start with them overnight, or like I'm doing, about 6 hours ahead of time by pressure cooking them in an Instant Pot. An hour before the meal, we'll gather all the rest of our ingredients, we'll make the salad to get that out of the way, and then we'll make the Muhammara Red Pepper Dip. From there, we'll process the hummus and we'll start the rice and korma. As the dishes come together, we'll add the carrot halwa to the mix so that it's warm and ready for dessert. In preparation for this dish, I use dried garbanzo beans, but you can skip this step and use canned beans if you're in a hurry. To that, we will later add lemon juice, salt, cumin, some of the leftover liquid from the cans of beans or the Instant Pot, tahini, and olive oil. To make the hummus, rinse the garbanzo beans well. Once the beans are rinsed, you can just soak them in water overnight to soften them, or in this case, combine with garlic and water in your Instant Pot. Secure the lid of the Instant Pot and pressure cook for 40 minutes, followed by 20 minutes of natural pressure release. Muhammara Red Pepper Dip goes well as a side, but also makes a great appetizer for your next get-together. To make the dip, we need a jar of roasted red peppers or pimentos, cashews, garlic, breadcrumbs, lemon juice, chili paste, cumin, paprika, salt and pepper, and grated Parmesan cheese. We will also drizzle with some balsamic vinegar when serving. Start by toasting the cashews in a dry pan over medium heat for a few minutes until the cashews take on a little golden color. Transfer the toasted nuts to a blender or food processor. Add the roasted red peppers, garlic, breadcrumbs, lemon juice, chili paste, cumin, paprika, salt and pepper, and Parmesan cheese. We'll pulse the food processor until the ingredients are broken down, but still really a little bit chunky. Transfer the blended dip to a serving bowl, drizzle with a little balsamic vinegar over top, and refrigerate until mealtime. With half an hour to go, it's time to start the korma. And korma starts with the sauce. For this sauce, you'll need cashews, pistachios, and almonds, onion, jalapeno, garlic, tomatoes, ginger, mustard powder, turmeric, salt, garam masala, cumin, ground coriander, and a bit of sugar and cayenne. You can do this all in your Instant Pot, but if you do not have one, you can also just do it on the stovetop. We'll start actually on the stovetop, sauteing the cashews, almonds, and pistachios for 3 to 4 minutes. You're looking for the cashews to turn a golden brown color at this point. Remove the toasted nuts and set aside. Add in some ghee, which is butter you just cook on low heat until the solids separate from the butter's oil, or you can just use regular cooking oil as I'm doing here. Saute the onions and peppers for 3 to 4 minutes until softened. Then add garlic and continue to saute for another moment or two to bring out the aromatic quality of the garlic. Transfer the nuts and sauteed veggies to a blender, then add diced tomatoes, ginger, mustard powder, turmeric, salt, garam masala, cumin, coriander, sugar, and cayenne. Blend it all together until it's completely smooth. Move it all to your Instant Pot and add a little water to the blender or food processor container to rinse out every last bit of the goodness and pour it into the Instant Pot as well. If you're using diced chicken breast or diced lamb, you can saute them in a little oil first to get a nice brown color. Then add the brown meat directly to the sauce. In this case, we prefer ground lamb for korma, so I'll wrap up the meat in a couple layers of cheesecloth, tie it off, and submerge it into the sauce. Secure the Instant Pot's cover and set to high pressure and cook for 7 minutes for diced lamb or chicken, or 10 minutes for the wrapped up ground lamb I have here. Then let the Instant Pot sit for 10 additional minutes to naturally release the pressure. You can also do this on the stovetop, bringing everything to a low boil, adding the meat, then reducing to a simmer for 30 minutes, or even slow cook it for 6 to 8 hours on low. Once the sauce base is done, open the Instant Pot and add coconut milk, stirring to combine. We will serve this over basmati rice and top with more cashews, chopped cilantro, and green onion. Now that our garbanzo beans are softened, it's time to make the hummus. Start by reserving 2 cups of water from the Instant Pot, then take the magic step to elevate this dish. I used to drop everything into a blender, but I found that the skins of the beans made the final product too gritty. So tonight I'll show you the magic of the food mill. Place the beans and garlic into the mill and crank it to separate out the skins and fill the bowl underneath with the hummusy goodness. Discard the empty skins and move the mixture to a food processor. Add the lemon juice, tahini, salt, and cumin, and then add about 1/2 of the olive oil and reserve bean water. Start the food processor and let it run for a minute or two, and then drizzle in more of the bean water and olive oil, a little at a time, until you reach the desired consistency. We'll serve this with crackers, crudité veggies, or just eat it with a large spoon. Garnish with pine nuts and paprika, or whatever you wish. Now that all of the dinner dishes have come together and we set the table, let's get dessert underway. Carrot halwa needs grated carrots, raisins, butter or ghee, cashews, whole milk, brown sugar, Greek yogurt, cardamom pods, saffron for color, and a pinch of salt. Start the halwa in a pan or instant pot, sauteing the nuts for 3 to 4 minutes in butter or ghee. Set the cashews aside once they turn a golden brown. Add a little more butter or ghee and the grated carrots. Saute for 5 minutes, then add milk. For the instant pot, secure the cover and pressure cook for 15 minutes, followed by 15 minutes of natural pressure release while you eat dinner. If you're using a stovetop, bring the halwa to a low boil, then reduce heat and simmer for 30 minutes. To finish this dessert, open the instant pot, set it to saute, add sugar, and stir occasionally for 20 minutes until everything is thickened. Add the yogurt, cardamom seeds, and cook for a few more minutes, then serve garnished with roasted nuts and more raisins. Garnish your dishes and set them out for your family. Hummus needs some olive oil, pine nuts, and a little paprika over the top. Korma needs some cilantro, green onion, and a few extra nuts. And the red pepper dip gets topped with more cashews and some balsamic vinegar. Serve with basmati rice, naan, crackers, and veggie crudité. And there it is, this week's delicious Sunday meal full of wonderful flavors your whole family will enjoy. Happy Sunday, everyone, and bon appetit.